everybody, this is Josh from TriloByte Studios, and today we're actually going to do a tier video for Jurassic World Evolution 2. We're going to be ranking all the species in the game and giving our thoughts on them. So, first up is Acrocanthosaurus. I like the animal, but I'm going to say probably an S swag tier because it looks a little too chunky in some parts, but being paleontology correct, I think it's a really good dinosaur. Albertosaurus, almost perfect. It's just the crest and the plastic look of the skin. I understand these are engine clones, so they probably wouldn't have like feathers or anything. But yeah, even from the first game, it looked too plastic like for my taste. Allosaurus, I really like that one. I mean, that's a very good animal. They did right by it. There's still some skin shrink wrapping on the skull, but it looks exactly what you think an Allosaurus would look like. A Margosaurus, I like it. S tier. I think there's some evidence about it might actually have had a fin attaching to spines instead of, just the spines themselves. So there's that. Ankylosaurus, I'm gonna put a C tier because it could be better. I mean, I understand that this is supposed to be their version of an Ankylosaurus, but when you have other Ankylosaurus in the game that look more scientifically accurate, it kind of falls flat. Apatosaurus, again C tier because this is the Jurassic World version of an Apatosaurus, and even though it kind of looks more like a Brontosaur, to be honest. Not really an Apatosaurus. But I guess since it's supposed to be based off the 1990s way of dinosaur thinking, it kind of makes sense that they kind of look the same. Or more Brontosaurus-like and Apatosaurus-like. Archaeornithomimus. That's a mouthful. I guess B tier because it looks great, except it's missing feathers. And yeah, with it literally being an ostrich-like dinosaur and very avian, it should definitely have had like the quills from like the JP3 Velociraptor or something, but it didn't. It is literally looks like leather, a plastic running around. And now Baryonyx. I do not care for the Baryonyx at all. I'm sorry. If you love the Baryonyx, I am sorry, but I do not care for it. Especially since 2015, the artwork that Jurassic World used was so much better than what we finally got. Brachiosaurus, love her. Absolutely love it. Though it's more of a line with the Giraffatitan from Africa instead of the actual Brachiosaurus, but I love her. Camarasaurus, same thing. Absolutely love her. Very well done dinosaur. Carcharodontosaurus, A tier because that rat tail could be a little bit more beefy, in my opinion, but overall, very well done. Carnotaurus. This is a toughie. Probably S tier. Not. It's great of a dinosaur. It is. It was very well done in the movies. But I don't see myself using it that much in the game. Surprisingly. Even with Toro, and now from the Camp Cretaceous, I don't see myself using it that much. Ceratopsians is next, and honestly, it's kind of a fail for me. Looking at the fossils, it doesn't have a crest, and I know why they did put a crest on, because they have several animals in the game that looks very similar to it. But I don't quite care for. I mean, since it's not an actual movie dinosaur, it should be more scientifically accurate than it is. Ceratosaurus. Probably a B tier, because they had to resize it in the first one. I mean, they literally made it T-Rex size, and then they had to shrink it down. So, I mean, I know this is supposed to be on the second game, but when you make dinosaurs in this game to run a park, Ceratosaurus is one of the first ones you have to use on literally every map, and it gets repetitive, and there's better animals in the game to use later on. So yeah, it definitely is not one of those dinosaurs that I usually keep in my park. I breed it, then send it out and trade it as soon as I can find something better. Chasmosaurus, almost perfect. Tier A, because I just love it the way it is. I do kind of wish we had a better skin for it, like pattern. Maybe something like the Kinner model figure from the Lost World would have been cool. But for what we got, is really cool. Chinkingosaurus, which is a mouthful. Quite a lot of mouthful on that one. S tier. It's a very cute dinosaur. It's a very good stegosaur. Especially in the second one, they actually shrunk it down to more proper size, which is great. Ceratopsians, perfect. It is literally a great addition to the game. Compsognathus. Ooh, this guy. I mean, as much as I love it, and it changed the way the game is, being how small it is. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna probably put you in the top tier, because other than it just being hard to see because of its small size in the game, everything about it is great. Corythosaurus, I'll put it in B tier, because it's a good solid animal, but I don't really see myself using it that much. Let's see. Crichtonosaurus. I'll say A tier. Not much to say about it, to be honest. Now, the Cryolophosaurus. That, my friends, is definitely a double S tier. I mean, it is, from day one of the game, absolutely beautiful and breathtaking. Deinonychus. Yeah, you're a failure. I'm sorry. I do not like the tadpole look at all. I'm just sorry. I really wish, because now that Frontier has given us like different skins and slash models with some of the other animals, I'm hoping he gets redone and he might be able to go higher on the list, because it's an interesting animal. It just looks so bad. Dilophosaurus. I'm probably gonna get some hate for it, but I'm just gonna put him in B tier, because, well, I've had problems since day one of the game where they just fight constantly. I don't know what it is. I'm thankful for the updates that I can turn that stuff off and make them a lot more calm. But even when I breed the ones without like traits that say, you know, fight, or, you know, that come up red in the game, it still fights constantly. Dimorphodon. Let's see. I mean, it's a good model and stuff, and I really do like it in the movies. But I don't really care to use it in my parks. I mean, if I'm doing a Jurassic World, then obviously I'm going to put it in. But if I'm going to make the parks on other maps, there's other pterodactyls that I can use. That is a Diplodocus is next. And I'm going to say probably C tier, because I still have problems with the tail glitching. I mean, I don't know how they can fix that. Hopefully they do, but the tail still drags. I mean, I get it has a super long tail, but still, it drags. Draco Rex, D tier, because there's way better Pachycephalosaurs in the game. I just don't use it at all. Dreadnoughtus, also D tier. Hopefully that when the Jurassic World Dominion movie comes out, we get a Dominion prologue skin for this animal, which definitely will bump it up. However, as of right now, not so much. Okay, then we have the Dryosaurus. I'm gonna say probably S tier. I mean, it is absolutely adorable, for one. They make cute little sounds. They're very easy to manage in a park. And they add something to the park where that was definitely lacking. It's that small herbivorous animal niche. Where we got only a few species that you can actually do that with. But for Dryosaurus, it definitely is the go-to for that. Montosaurus, almost perfect in tier A. I would like them to give us a version of the figure or the model without the head comb. I believe the head comb was for males. I think that's the way people think it was. For the male had a head comb. And as much as I like having the option to display, you know, a male dinosaur, I would prefer to have it more like the 2015 artwork without the head comb. The Elasmosaur. Probably F tier, because they literally just took the Plesiosaurus and add spikes to it. There's not really anything else you can say about it. They just put spikes on a Plesiosaur. Euphocephalus, definitely SS tier dinosaur. I mean, it looks exactly what it's supposed to. There's no guesswork. It looks perfect. Gallimimus. I mean, yeah, it's great. I mean, yeah, we got the the fawn look from the first Jurassic Park movie and all that, but it's just a Gallimimus. I mean, there are a dime a dozen in the franchise. The Giga, I like the basic Giga. I mean, it looks like a Giganotosaurus, so it's definitely an S tier dinosaur. The Jurassic World Prologue one and the Dominion would probably bring it down though. But since we don't have to use that model, we can just use the base game one. It's going to be an S tier. The Gigantospinosaur? Yeah, that's a mouthful. It's cute, it's small, it's weird. I absolutely love her. Herrerasaurus. Kinda wish we got the more 1993 look to her. I mean, we can kind of make that in the game with the skins coloration and all that, but it's not perfect. So she's almost perfect. Hamanocephale, definitely SS tier. It is absolutely freaking adorable. It's the only thing that I guess would bring her down maybe is we only have one coat pattern or skin pattern in the game for her, but definitely SS tier. The Ichthyosaur, I've kind of always wanted to see these animals in the engine look, and now that we have them, I actually do love them. I just kind of wish we could do more with them. If you watched Best in Slots video about the prediction for this game, he kind of mentioned that the lagoons have need some serious work, and I agree with that. Iguanodon, I mean, it's a good solid animal. I mean, there's not much to say about it. The Indominus Rex. The hybrid that started it all. I have to say S tier. I mean, it's a good creature for the game. I mean, it's one of the flagship animals for the game, to be honest. I mean, if it wasn't for the T-Rex, it probably would be the flagship animal for this game. The Indoraptor. I mean, I'm not a fan of hybrids at all, but the Indoraptor is probably movie perfect. I mean, if you wanted a dino monster movie, the Indoraptor is your go-to animal, to be honest. Kentrosaurus. I mean, they shrunk it down from the first game, which made it more scientifically accurate in size, but the shoulder spike, I don't know the technical term for it, the shoulder spike is actually too far back, and they kind of fixed that with Pierce from Camp Cretaceous. So I'm gonna say congratulations, you're a dinosaur on that, but the base model could have been better. Liopleurodon. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna say you're a failure. I'm sorry. It literally looks like a saltwater crocodile with fins. There's no. It's just bad. I'm sorry. It's bad. Marodactylus, I believe this one is. I haven't used it in the game yet. I However, from what I've seen in other YouTube videos, it looks exactly what a Ceratopsians should have looked like. So I'm definitely gonna say S tier animal. Myosaurus. Definitely grew in love for that one, especially since we can make a Jurassic Park novel variant now. So that one definitely got improved. Majungasaurus. Majungasaurus. Yeah, the more I'm doing this, the harder it's getting, to be honest. I mean, there's not much you can really say. I mean, it's a good, solid animal. So, most likely, in my opinion, it would probably be A tier dinosaur. I mean, it's a good, solid animal. There's nothing really I would change about it, to be honest. Mamenchiasaurus. I mean, the sauropod, they got kind of shorted in the Jurassic series, to be honest. I'm gonna say B tier because even though I like the model, it's not the engine dinosaur from 1997. It's more of a modern look to it. It doesn't have the, longer tail, kind of Diplodocus like build with just the long neck and tail. Metriacanthosaurus. B tier. I mean, I like it, just don't really use it that much, to be honest. The Mosasaurus, definitely top tier dinosaur or aquatic animal for me. I mean, if it wasn't for the fact that technically in the timeline it's the second one, but it's the first one we ever seen on silver screen, so that's why I pick it as number one. Muttaburrasaurus. I loved it in the first game. Not too keen with it in the second game, to be honest. I mean, the first game they had it walking on all fours. Now it's like every other hadrosaur in the game. And to me, that's sad. I mean, they took an interesting animal that walked on all fours, had a unique coloration to it, and then basically slapped it with the engine look of bipedalism and all that. And it's kind of sad. Now, Pseudoceratops. It's an interesting animal. However, you use it way too much in the gameplay, which definitely is bringing it down to A. Almost perfect. The model itself is great. I do love the sounds, but the look of it looks like the male variant, but when you breed them, it has like the female horns, which are the smaller ones in the movie, at least in Battle of Big Rock. So, yeah. Nigeriosaurus, I believe this is. Kind of reminds me of a hungry hippo, to be honest. Not much to say about it. Nodosaurus, again. Actually, let's bring Nigeriosaurus down, because other than like one map, I haven't used it at all, to be honest. Same with Nodosaurus. I mean, they're kind of just... I'm glad they're in the game, but I don't use them that much. Now, here we have Aurora Titan. This one is a great dinosaur. I love the skin patterns for it. and everything. So I'm probably gonna knock this up to almost perfect. I mean, I use it in several of the parks. It looks exactly what the fossil shows. I mean, the neck could be probably a little thicker to be more scientifically accurate, but it's an absolutely beautiful animal. And Ouranosaurus. I mean, I have the Camp Cretaceous version unlocked in the game. I have the normal version unlocked, but I just haven't really used them. I mean, I love the model. It looks like an Tyrannosaurus. Just don't really use it that much. Like, at all, to be honest. Pachycephalosaurus. Almost perfect. And the reason why I'm putting Pachycephalosaurus here is because we don't have the 2015 male variant, which, if you ever seen the Hasbro figures at that time, it would be yellow with black stripes, a tan belly, and we see it kind of in the beginning of the movie where Claire's asking why the Western Plains is closed. If we had that variant, I think it would be a little better, so we can actually make a Jurassic World proper. But right now, since we only have the Lost World one, it does what it's supposed to. I do like how they kind of made it more, I guess, aggressive in the game. I kind of wish they would make it kind of act like a Cape Buffalo more, because like in the novel. But for what it is, it's great. Then we have my love of Parasaurolophus. And as much as I love this animal, and I do love this animal, I'll probably just put it in S tier, because even though we got the bioluminescence, we have the Sorna 1997 and the Sorna 2001 variants. We're still missing the 1993 variant. This would be all quadrupedal, so it walks on all fours, like an actual hadrosaur would. It'll be like green with blue spots instead of the stripes, and it'll probably be once they get that down, I'm pretty sure it'll be great. But right now, S tier. No, this is a Pentaceratops. Pentaceratops, which I have not used yet in the game, to be honest. I put it in one park in the first game, and that was it. I mean, I don't know if they made it better, to be honest. I haven't got to that part yet. However, so far, all I can say is from the first game, I barely used you, and to me it's kind of sad, but anyway. Plesiosaurus, definitely probably an S tier. I love it, but that model is very basic. The Elasmosaurus sucks, but there is, however, salvation in later on. Polacanthus. The Polacanthus most likely would have to occur with a B tier. I mean, I like the model, just don't really use it. But I have used it in one park, I can say. So I'm going to at least bump it up to a B tier, because I have actually used it. Proceratosaurus. Probably another B tier. I mean, I don't really use it. The Monolophosaurus is basically what it probably should have looked like to begin with. It's a much better model of a different dinosaur, but looks very similar. We have Pteranodon, the Masrani's variant of Pteranodon, but we do have the ability to make the engine variant. So I'll probably knock you up to an A tier, because I'm glad we have both variants, and I can use them in different parks. I can make a engine 2001, I can make the Masrani one, and stuff like that. I don't know how to properly say this one's name. However, I know paleontologists sometimes call this the Pinocchio Rex because of the long nasal snout. I'm definitely putting you in S tier, my friend. I absolutely love the fact that we got this animal in the game as an addition for more Tyrannosaurs. I mean, the tail is a little thinner than I would like, but as a difference between Albertosaurus, this guy, and then like T-Rex, is perfect. Sauropelta, same way, absolutely perfect. I love that little guy. I mean, he's just kind of looks like a little butterball running around with spikes. It kind of reminds me of a hedgehog, to be honest, and I find it absolutely cute. Sinoceratops. That's a good question. Sinoceratops. Probably S tier, to be honest. He's definitely getting a lot more love with the Camp Cretaceous DLC, I'm assuming right now, because he was the Ceratopsian in Camp Cretaceous. We never saw Triceratops or any of the other Ceratopsians. Spinosaurus, SS tier, because it is a freaking Spinosaurus. I mean, he literally made Jurassic Park 3 memorable in a better way than the actual movie itself. Stegosaurus, SS tier, because I mean, come on, it's the Stegosaurus. You're going to use it in your park. Struthiomimus. To be honest, Struthiomimus, you're going to have to go in B tier. I'm sorry. I mean, as much as I do like using them in my parks, they're repetitive, and like every park. I mean, the first game, that's literally the dinosaur you went with. It was the cheapest, and you could spawn a couple hundred of them fairly quickly, and just get people in, and then you can feed them to your carnivores. And get those higher level made carnivores even more higher in rating. I mean, it was kind of like a cheat sheet on how to make a better carnivore. Just feed them a bunch of Struthiomimuses. Stygimoloch. You, my friend, are going in S tier. I absolutely love this guy. He's he's more scientifically accurate than the Pachycephalosaurus. Pachycephalosaurus, you have a kangaroo posture. Stygimoloch has a more, horizontal posture. Also, it just looks cute. It makes a really cute sound, and I love how they used it in the movies, where, Owen just has it kind of break them out. Strachosaurus, again, S tier. I used him in several parks. I love him. Not much else to say. Suchomimus. I love the first one's skin. The more, website version skin. Yeah, let's go back to S tier. I mean, I love you. Tapahara or Tapajara. I just put you in a park, to be honest. So, however, your skins are almost perfect. I wish we could make it a little different, where we can actually add color to certain parts of the body, not just random splotches that Frontier has made. Torosaurus. Yeah, let's put you down here in B tier. I don't really use you at all. Haven't used you except in one park in the first game. I'm not going to be using you much in this game. So, Triceratops. Triceratops, we're going to put you up in SS tier. You're a staple of the Jurassic franchise. And absolutely love this. It was Alan Grant's favorite dinosaur, and it's kind of mine too. Troodon. I mean, you're not really a dinosaur per se. I mean, there's Troodontids, but Troodon itself not really a dinosaur. I mean, the name Troodon was given to a tooth with a bunch of serrated edges, but almost every carnivorous dinosaur had serrated teeth. So I guess we would put you in C tier. I mean, it could be better. I mean, it could have the more 1993 look, but I guess this is kind of based off of Ginny from the live tour. No feathers, so that's also kind of a bummer. This one is a Trophianapis, I think. Yeah, it's Trophianapis. Don't really quite care for you at all. I mean, I liked it in Walking with Dinosaurs, but that's about it. Centaurosaurus. I'm gonna go with S tier. I love it. I mean, it's a good solid animal. Then we have Tylosaurus. I'm gonna put you in F tier, my friend, and I can tell you why. Because I just don't like it. I mean, it again, it looks like a crocodile head on a kind of deformed mosasaur body. I mean, I get it's probably more scientifically accurate than the actual mosasaur, but I just don't quite care for it. It still has that almost serpent. I mean, it could just be better. I mean, that's all it is. It could be better. T-Rex, SS tier. We have Rexy, we have the Buck Rex, we have the male and female from the Lost World. We just got Big Edie. By the way, that's a weird name for it. But yeah, we got a bunch of skins for it. Absolutely love using T-Rex in my parks. Same with Velociraptors. I mean, Velociraptors, we have all the ones from Jurassic World, all the ones from the 3 Jurassic Parks in their visual. Absolutely great. Attenborosaurus, I believe. S tier. Or SS tier, I should say. SS tier, I should say, because I mean it's exactly what you would hope for in a plesiosaur, and it's just absolutely breathtaking to have in a park, especially if you get like a couple of them swimming together. It's great. Geostormbergia SS tier. It's another great, absolutely great one. Huangosaurus, I believe that's how you pronounce it. I'll say SS or S tier. I mean, it's a good, sturdy little critter. I kind of don't see why they made it a deluxe edition animal, to be honest. It could have just been a standard basic animal and something else could have took its place. But, you know, I don't work for Frontier, so that's what they did. Megalosaurus. Almost perfect. I mean, the head looks more like an Albertosaur than the actual Albertosaur. But that's pretty much it. Pachyrhinosaurus. Absolutely love that dinosaur. Honestly, I have no way to pronounce this one. It's this pterosaur that came in the early Cretaceous pack. I mean, if you can pronounce it, great. I can't do it. I tried multiple times, and it just is a wreck. But as for its placement, I'm putting it in A tier. I mean, it's a great dinosaur, or not dinosaur, great animal for the game. I mean, it's a flying reptile, not a dinosaur. It's a one park animal and then you move on, to be honest. Chronosaurus, however, you're an SS tier, my friend. This guy is literally what the Liopleurodon should have looked like. I mean, it's spot on awesome. Minmi, SS tier. It is freaking adorable, especially when they have the little animation where they roll on their back. I mean, come on. It's like a little puppy dog. Woohoosaurus, the stegosaur from the early Cretaceous pack. Again, it's kind of hard to pronounce some of these animals. I mean, to be honest, it's an S tier animal. I mean, it looks exactly how you would think the animal would look like. It's the right size. I mean, we were supposed to get it in Jurassic Park Operation Genesis, which got cut. It got cut from the roster. I'm actually happy that we were able to get this animal finally. The Monolophosaurus from Camp Cretaceous. That one, I'm going to say, is an A tier animal. It is exactly, it's a good size animal. I love the colorations that they got for it, especially the ones that Frontier made for itself. It is absolutely great. And lastly is the Scorpius Rex. Oh, how I hate the Scorpius Rex. And I know there's a lot of people out there that love the Scorpius Rex. That love hybrids in general. But it's more movie monster than possible sci-fi dinosaur. I mean, it is exactly what, you know, a Hollywood monster film would need, not a dinosaur film. And I'm probably never going to use this thing in a park unless we get like the old Secrets of Dr. Wu DLC map I'll probably never use this thing in a park at all, to be honest. Well, there it is. That is my my own opinion on where all the Jurassic World Evolution 2 animals, as of right now, belong. So yeah, this is Josh with TriloByte Studios signing out. Bye.